Hello and welcome to another video. So today we are checking out a unlimited HavenCraft deck. HavenCraft is taking a spin as far as decks go. There are still Elena Haven decks floating around, but this one is a full-blown. So in particular, focusing on things like Snake Attack, Holy Feather, or Hollow Feather, sorry, Divine Blessing and Craving Splendor to do most of your damage, along with a little Pinion Prayer, and taking advantage of things like Destiny Wing Knight to really crush your opponent. This deck again is reasonably cheap, running just 3 legendaries with the Destiny Wing Knight and everything else being gold, basically. There is a lot of gold in this deck, so not the cheapest of the decks we've looked at, but still a really nice cost considering it is a really good competitive deck right now for the current ladder and meta. So let's get right into it and take a look. So the couple of games we're going to look at today with this deck are against Runecraft, which honestly isn't that big of a surprise. Runecraft is incredibly popular in the current meta. Again though, expect this to be a reasonably quick video. Unlimited videos they're just a really quick one to do, as most unlimited decks are quite fast. There are not a lot of slow unlimited decks now that are actually any good, so you want to be looking at decks that end the game turn 6, turn 7 at the very latest, and that's the way to go. Some people don't like how I don't emote occasionally. I actually have been tempted just to turn my opponent's emotes off. Haven't bothered to do that at this point, but when I'm making videos especially, I tend to be trying to emote back as it takes up time in the animation space. So it's quite frustrating because it actually plays the hello animation, or how you do animation, before any other card effect can actually start taking precedence. So it's a little bit of a pain. Divine Birdsong though here is really good. You want to be able to get your City of Golds out as effectively as possible. Sometimes you even want 2 of them. So we did get a couple of damage in, although we are taking a little bit here. And the ward is actually crushing us. I could have had a really good Craven Spender play if it wasn't for that ward. Lucky for us, we got the 1 in 3 shot. Even though it would have been gone next turn, I needed it gone this turn to actually get some good damage in. So we're going to deal 8 for this turn, and we're going to have a really nice setup with Destiny Wing Knight. Looking to hopefully go for lethal next turn with the Craving Splendor, as that will probably be our best bet. And our opponent's got a pretty nice hand going. They want to take out as much as they kind of can, although they decided to take face a little bit, which was a wrong move against HavenCraft. Highly recommend never leaving anything available that could potentially be splendid, because that will most likely spell your doom 9 times out of 10 versus HavenCraft. So always be mindful of that when you're going up against them, as it can be a real downer. As I mentioned, both games are against Runecraft, as that seemed to be the most popular deck while I was trying to get HavenCraft games right now. So going up against a guy named Stinky Cheese, yep, that's a name and a half. Didn't really realize until I was going through the replays. I'm like, that'll be a fun one. So we got City of Gold, Divine Birdsong, and Sealed Tomb. I don't mind getting City of Gold in my hand some situations, because we're always going to be pulling one from the deck, and the double City of Gold play can potentially lead to lethal more often than not, surprisingly. I did go for the Sacred as an early play. I just wanted to get something in my draw, hopefully, and an early Amulet Destruction isn't always bad. And my turn 2 City of Gold. The Mysterian Circle, not really too much of a worry here. Go for our Moriacrium. And a nice little Pinion Prayer, just so I can start getting some damage in next turn with my Evo. Since I don't really expect them to play a lot with Moriacrium on board, because it's a little bit of a risk if you just wanted to play that out. We are going to be looking for a good way to go for lethal though, so I decided to set up as much damage as I can get for this turn, especially since Fount of Angels is an option next turn. With the City of Gold play, we can actually go for both Founts pretty easy, as long as they don't leave up full board. Even if they leave a full board though, they're then asking to be lethal down, so it's a bit of a risk.
If it has come to this, I will fight.
Sapphire Rebel though, impressive enough, especially with the repair mode and the Delta Cannon. So Tetra's definitely a good play. They do have to deal with this board though, and City of Gold now is going to give some really good buffs. And we're hoping for a decent draw of the Fount. Divine Birdsong, Divine Birdsong, perfect. So we can actually use that with the Hollow Feather quite easily for next turn. We can actually go for a very nice lethal if they don't ward up or heal. Healing could also be something that could cripple us, but hopefully not too bad. Since we have got 9 potential damage. Actually, we've got 11 potential damage if you include sneak attack. And we should always include sneak attack. As long as they can't lethal us down right now, we should be fine. Oglers are also a weird inclusion. I don't remember including them in my rune deck. I'm pretty sure I didn't. Definitely not one I would include in rune right now. It's a little slow, and Tetra's a little slow as well, but maybe it's just me. I like the more aggressive spell boost, where you go all in. So this worked out pretty nicely. A very, very nice 12 potential damage there, without too much issue. So I can definitely see why this Amulet Haven Dank is ranked so high on the current meta letters, as it's just insanely good and really easy to play out, especially considering it's reasonably cheap. Destiny Wing Knight isn't 100% necessary. You could probably get away with adding just a cheap amulet in instead, potentially. Although I definitely recommend it if you have him, because he is a really good play and has some decent value to him on his own. So highly recommend giving that a go if you get the chance, as it's definitely worth it for Unlimited. One of the better decks overall. Rune and Forest currently dominating the meta overall from what I've seen, with Blood coming up very close behind, and we've checked out a lot of those decks now, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. You'll find the deck list in the description below. Until next time guys, see ya.